Hello, this is Mensaflow with another tutorial here in our frequently asked questions series. This tutorial is about the document management system. So one of the hallmarks of the Mensaflow solution is to have a LLM or an AI solution that is specific to your private data needs. So if you're a hotel, if you're a plumbing business and you want to have specific chat box on your website that has data specific to you that wouldn't necessarily be in your commercially available ChatGPT or something like that, this will have specific data that you load in for your own private data store for your particular needs of your business. So that's critical, because they may the general LLMs may understand who you are in terms of what's on the web, but they may not know specifics about your business, like product information, support information. So you can load that into your specific data area, and that way your Mensaflow chat box will be educated on your specific needs. So with that, the question is, well, how do you load this database with all this information? Because we're going to show you that. First off, you log in to the back office system, which is provided in your configuration form, and you get a form that when you log in, it looks similar like this. Obviously, this is Mensaflow workspace. It'll be your workspace depending on what you've named it. And there's this little up arrow here. So we click on the up arrow and we get this document management form. So you'll see that this is arranged in file structures here. And so one of the first thing you want to do is load some files here. Here's some samples over to the left here, a PDF file. Here's a particular doc file, a Word doc file. Here's a spreadsheet. Obviously CSVs and text files obviously will go in there easier. I didn't show that because those are the easy ones. As well, you may simply just want to scrape a web link here. Here's a web link from our blog post recently, and it puts all that set. Basically scrape that website and put the data here in the document. Now what this does is puts it in the document directory. From here, the recommendation, use this as kind of a general storage area there. So we want to click this and move them all over to, say, the data, or you can create your own folder there. You can create a folder like this. We can just call it test and create a folder here. I could have put them in the test, but I didn't. So now we have these documents in the test area here. We want to click them, and then we move them over to the workspace, or into the brain, so to speak. And we click that over there, and it moves them over there. And you can see here, you can see these are in green because they have yet to be embedded into the vectorial database. Now, there'll be future frequently asked questions and tutorials on how that works. But right now, we just want to get the information into the brain and vectorialize so that your chat box can be more intelligent relative to your specific customer needs there. So what we do though then is embed, and that embeds into the vector database, and you can see now it's there. And of course here it's the directory structure is there, but it's gone because it gives you a little bit of a document size. That's only important if you have a standard or pro account. There's limitations on how much you can feed the database. As well as these, there'll be other frequently asked questions about how, if they're websites, how you can refresh that with a watch list, so you don't have to constantly update the database. You can make workflows to do that, but that's a future frequently asked questions. So anyway, that's how we did it. There are things you can do here. We have data connectors. You can transcribe YouTube videos. We have bulk scrapers. You can embed the previously chat database and put that also into your document brain, so to speak. So that's how that works. The other thing you might want to be, we actually always put this kind of rules file, and there's this thing called the pin. You know, if it's a specific rules about your workspace, you know, like how you want the chat box to respond, be a nice person, be a mean person, be a jokes person, be a salesperson, be a professional chat box. You can put rules in there, and that basically, and we'll talk further about this in terms of the prompt, but it basically provides rules ongoing for your chat box. So they give you much more control over the data that you have and how your chat box will respond compared to a generic, shall we say, ChatGPT of chat box. So this is very tailored to your specific business needs, so you can see how that works. Now let's say we want to remove those documents. We had it in the test, and so we want to remove these accordingly. So you can remove these and take them out of the document brain, and of course then they show up over here, and we want to just delete the whole thing because it was just a test. There you go, and the rest are here. Keep in mind, this pin document, you don't want to pin everything, because if you pin everything, you're going to choke the system with all kinds of irrelevant data, and you'll get poor response in terms of the LM. You only want to put the key elements and pin those. and we'll more on that subject later. Stay tuned, more frequently asked questions, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video on your way out.